This week I visited Ruth Brydon in Hampshire, where she's lived for 30 years, and the first thing I did was ask her what she discovered when she first moved into her new home.
Well, deer, yeah, a lot of trees, yeah, and rhododendrons, azaleas, and yeah, that was about it. So
Yeah. So, I mean, I've seen what you've got here now, and the list is certainly a little bit longer than the
Yeah.
rhododendrons and azaleas. So you've done a lot. What was the first thing you did?
Plant lots of colours in pots, so geraniums, just lots of colours, because we'd come from America where we didn't have an English garden, so I wanted to create an English garden. It was so lovely to have roses, which the deer ate, and geraniums, which the deer ate.
Now, you dealt with the deer, didn't you?
Yes,
In a way.
I said to my husband, you either put up a deer fence or we move. So
So you're still here. So
he put up the deer fence with some friends. Yeah, they helped, and so that did the trick, and we stayed here.
Now, you told me you didn't have a master plan. You've let it sort of develop slowly over time, haven't you?
Definitely, yes, yeah.
And I've seen the paths you put in. You put in the paths with your son, I think, didn't you, originally?
The walk,
Yes.
with my son Richard. He and I did that, yeah.
Because you've got sort of 3 or 4 levels here. So
Yeah.
did you sort of start at the bottom and work your way up?
Well, it just evolved. I mean, with that level up there, I think I told you we put the beech hedge in to catch the leaves.
Yes.
Because we get a lot of leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's just evolved. And then we bought the guy who sold us the laurel hedging. He sold us lots of lovely rhodies, smaller rhodies, which we've got over here, and then you've got the wild rhodies which grew.
Yes.
But I mean, I started off really with that bed there, and then it's just
Yeah. Now, what was interesting, the house was built around 1850, but it was a gardener's cottage before, wasn't it?
Oh, it was just a small,
Yeah.
small house that had been extended both ends, and then we put on the garden room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what that gardener, or I assume that gardener did, was he put in some lovely stonework, didn't he, around the garden?
Beautiful, yes, yeah. And he put in like the deciduous azaleas, and he must have planted those, and the bamboo.
And the bamboo, yes, yeah. There's a big stand of bamboo, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes. And then you've obviously put in the borders where you've got a lot of herbaceous plants,
Yes.
as well as the pots that you've mentioned already. Who does all the hard work?
Well, if my husband was here,
He's not.
he's not. He would say, well, he does the heavy duty stuff, and then he says I just play.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's the best bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah. I think we were talking earlier how you can wander into the garden for a little 3-minute fiddle and come back 3 hours later.
Oh, I can't walk through it without tweaking somewhere.
Yes. Yeah. Do you have local nurseries nearby?
Oh yes. There's we've got Frensham Garden Centre and then Squires, and but I don't buy that much because I divide a lot and try and do it that way. But
yes, one plant you've successfully spread around is that Lysimachia, isn't it? Lysimachia firecracker, I think it is. And I mean, a lot of people complain about it being a bit of a thug, but you seem to have kept on top of it, but put it where you want it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Montbretia, the same with that. People think it's a thug, but just the lovely strands of green blowing in the wind, and then the lovely orange flowers. That has a place. So
yes.
Yeah.
Now, everybody asks this question, but I've got to ask it, and you might not want to answer.
Okay.
Favourite plants? Plant or plants?
Oh, I love alliums.
Yes. Peak allium season, aren't we, at the moment? Yes.
Yeah. And I love my formium.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And obviously, the smoke bush is so beautiful.
Yes.
And the acers, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're sort of trees, aren't they?
Yeah. I think probably the answer often is what the favourite plant is the one that's out this week, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Because they're the ones you get to see and enjoy.
And agapanthus.
Oh, yes, we've talked about those.
Absolutely have to mention.
And they like the soil here?
Some haven't worked for me, like I planted quite a few of them over that side.
Yes.
And I don't think it's sunny enough, because that side goes into shade about 3 or 4 o'clock. But like the one I showed you up the top is fine. So I'll be interested, the 2 that I've planted down there just above the wall, they should get enough sun.
Yes,
but I do love agapanthus, which are a sort of allium.
Well, they are. They're the same sort of shape, aren't they? Got the pom-pom on top of the stem.
I must have something about pom-poms.
Yes.
Right,
And you showed me earlier, it's not in flower at the moment. The plant I haven't seen before is that Centaurea, wasn't it? Macrophylla, I think.
Oh, that's fun.
That's an interesting one I'm going to be looking up. It's sort of has a big yellow sort of artichoke-like flower, we decided, didn't we? Yes. Yeah. So I'll definitely be trying that one if it will grow on our soil in Gloucestershire. I mean, the reason I absolutely love your garden is I'm seeing things that we just generally are unable to grow. Things like the rhododendrons, the azaleas, the camellias, they all struggle on our limey soil.
Yeah. Well, we're completely opposite. We're the assets. So.
Yes. Of course, I'm sure there's a few things you can't grow here that we can grow
I'm
at home.
sure, yes.
Well, Ruth, thank you very much for letting us visit. It's been absolutely fantastic. And I can only see it going from strength to strength. And I will mention that you've been very busy during lockdown. And you've been learning how to program HTTP.
Yeah, and CSS.
And CSS. Yeah. All I can say is I've heard of it, but anything beyond that is in your court, I'm afraid. So yes,
it was great fun.
I think that was a great use of the lockdown.
Yeah, and creating something for my daughter.
And creating her website. Yes. So very impressed. So thank you for your time.
Oh, and thank you so much.
Well,
it's been lovely meeting you and Susan.